Welcome, those in the free world. Some people got a tweet before we were even able to go live. Sorry about that. Like I said, sorry about that. Now we're going to move forward. And when we move forward, we're talking about as a company, as a business, as everything else. Some people want to know more about business. Don't forget, you guys can support by hitting the super chat button. Now, some people might want to know how could they modify their businesses if they have a small business, like very fast. Well, the thing is, what you want to do is to come up with a business plan. Make sure when you come up with a business plan, you have it all thought out. Come up with a plan of what you want to do based on the market. So I guess first you would do research of your market. You'll study your market, all your ideas, all your wishes, everything that you want to put in business and play or whatever. You can't have a smart, successful business if you don't do the research, meaning that you have to find a demand. Okay, there needs to be a demand for what you're doing. That's where the niche is going to be. What makes you special that they will come to you than the other person? Then you find someone who's doing what you're doing similar to you, not copy them, but saying, what can I offer better than them? And see, that's what doesn't happen today. Everybody wants to copy the other person instead of being something else. And that's why the guys and most people phase out because they don't have a competitive analysis. You know how many people tried to duplicate me that's still trying to duplicate me? You've had rappers try to duplicate me. You've had former radio show personalities try to duplicate me. You've had people that's at home try to duplicate me. But the thing that matters the most in this thing is originality over concept. A lot of people try to be you, but they can't because they don't know what makes you go. They don't have your competitiveness. They don't have your drive. They don't know what makes these people watch this guy more than anybody else or this guy here. And they look at hits and views rather than the actual words that are being spoken. Once you find a target market, then you're able to work through the industry. You're able to use your market analysis and all the things else for writing a strategic business plan series. When you market your research, as if you saw in the previous point, the core of a business plan and a business plan is your best protection, from a heartbreak. So when you plan things out, it's like when you're done, you know whether or not your proposed business idea can be turned into an earner. A lot of people, depending on your structure of your business, the way to make quick money is franchise. Franchises are profitable because someone else has worked through the plan, smoothed out all the kinks, came up with something that can make money. I wish I did invest in Steak and Shake. We'll be doing a lot better. However, most people don't have the money to buy into a profitable franchise. But if you save up your money enough, then you'll be able to get into it. Now, a lot of people say, hey, man, we got to get over the funding. How do I, get the funding for my business? Well, first off, if you have a marketable idea, it's expensive. People know that. Starting a business is very expensive. So it could be a good option in a slow employment market when you have to be laid off. It may have, be the perfect thing that you can do if you like recently retired. But however, small business is it's not for everybody. So if you're hoping that this is gonna like immediately replace your employment income, you might need to think about that again. There are some exceptions to the rule, but some profitable franchises, it normally takes anywhere from 6 months to several years for a new business to become profitable. So one of the main problems for people starting small businesses is paying their bills until their new business starts to make money. You got to go to work. So you ain't got time to work on the business. You got to do what's earning the money better than what you're doing now, which can be considered a hobby down the road. Some of you might have a spouse and be married. So you have, a supportive spouse. So that way you can have time to go towards your business. That also plays a big part of money management. See, for many people starting a small business, the best solution, the working spouse can cover some of the living expenses and contribute to the cost of starting a new business while you focus your time on handling all the mundane tasks of the business activities. Now, always in small business, 9 times out of 10, people are going to borrow. The banks, mortgaging the house, refinancing, doing whatever they can to get some extra money so they can finance and bankroll their business. You can't live on air for months on end while building your new business. At that point, it's got to make some money. So you're gonna have to get a bank loan or a source of funds, some type of way to make it happen. So you can get a small business administration, an SBA loan or whatever. It can help you find more information about programs available to you. You know, the Small Canada Business Financing Program, the Canadian Community Loan Fund. You have business loans, specific, mostly for women. You might want to look at an angel investor in your project. Depending on what type of project it is, you might try to find you an angel investor and give up some percentage of the business for an investment piece. But normally angel investors, they could smell, like the money. They be, I could take it. So people like to go to friends and family members, but they might not have the money, especially if you're black. The chances of your family member having money and willing to give it to you is very slim. And well, you might want to look at crowdfunding, like what's that Kickstarter or what's that Indiegogo thing that they got? And some people get a second job. This guy went and got an Uber route and started doing all this stuff to save up for his small business. Y'all are nuts. That's right. So if any of you guys want to donate to the page and hit the super chat button, we definitely appreciate it. Oh, thanks, John Hogan. I appreciate it. Now, the last thing you want to do is put your own money into the business. But hey, if you got to go to your life savings, some people put their life savings into their business. They believe in it that much. See, the last thing you need when you're building a business is to go into personal debt. But many people, man, they go into debt so quick, and they'll use a portion of the savings, or they almost all of it. I've seen people throw away their entire life savings on a crackpot scheme. Yeah, I mean, most people, some people are get inherited land from like a will. A grandparent have left them a home, or things of that nature. And at the end of the day, when they pass on and they leave it to you, what you do with it is entirely up to you. Yeah, well, if you got employment insurance, or you were you get some like insurance benefits, it could help you. Like in Canada, they got that employment insurance advantage thing. It's like a self-employment program. So you could look into those too. I think internationally it's different, than it is here in the United States. The United States is basically all none. When am I going to make moderators? People have to be deserving of moderator. That is a very big responsibility. I need level-headed people. I can't have trolls monitoring the page, moderating everything.